Testing. Hello again. We are at the 2018 Illinois Swimming Age Group Championships, where there are almost 600 male and female contestants, athletes here, totaling about 1,200 athletes in these events. Let us go over the rundown once again. We'll start with the 13 and 14-year-olds in the 100-meter freestyle, the 11 and 12-year-olds in the 100 freestyle. We'll have a brief awards break after that. Then the 13 and 14-year-olds in the 200-meter butterfly. We will have the 11 and 12-year-olds in the 50-meter backstroke. Another break after that. Then we will continue on with the 13 and 14-year-old 100-meter backstroke, the 11 and 12-year-old 100-meter breaststroke. And then we will conclude the evening with the 200-meter breaststroke, 13 and 14-year-olds. The 11 and 12-year-olds will do their 400-meter freestyle next. And we will end the evening with the 13 and 14-year-olds in the 800-meter freestyle relay.
This is an interesting format as we swim the boys 800 freestyle relay tonight, and we will swim the girls 800 freestyle relay tomorrow evening, and that is for the 13-14 age group. We're getting ready to start our program this evening here at the beautiful village of Pleasant Prairie Recplex. 50-meter course. Athletes here, as you mentioned, almost 1,200 athletes. We had 2 meet records broken this morning, which we'll kind of talk about through our broadcast tonight. We have a lot of people to thank for this broadcast.
This broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. It is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain, and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today.
So let's thank those sponsors, because without them, it's a great partnership. Without them, we don't have these type of webcasts, and we know for all you people listening out there at home or across the seas, sometimes we even hear from all the relatives that may be in foreign countries that tune into our broadcast. We're excited to be able to bring you these championship meets. As we start getting ready to start our competition, again, you had mentioned that we start with a 13-14 meter 100 freestyle. This is a long course pool, 50 meters. So we are actually competing in an Olympic-sized pool. As all those years you used to see the advertisements, we have an Olympic-sized pool at the Holiday Inn. Not quite.
No, it does not measure up to the beautiful Recplex here in Pleasant Prairie. Again, a beautiful facility.
And this meet is designated for the 14 and under athlete. 2 weeks ago, we were here with the senior championships at the same location, and we saw an outstanding meet with 16 meet records being broken. Already we've had 2 broken this morning.
Well on our way to another exciting meet here for our age group. And again, Tony, they're making us feel even older than we already are, right? And we were looking at some of the prelims this morning. Just amazing how fit and athletic some of these young swimmers are.
This is a pipeline for Illinois Swimming. The next group of athletes that is going to be moving on into our national team. The athletes that are trying to make national cuts. We saw some athletes this morning like Kaylin Gridley in the 200 breaststroke actually make a junior national time standard. We're going to take a pause now for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the rampart we won past were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, that's killing it.
That was a great anthem, Tony. Way to kick off this 2018 age group meet. And we will start things off right away with the B final, Heat 1, girls 13 and 14 age group, 100-meter freestyle, no C final, just a B and an A final this evening, Tony. In lane 1, we'll have Katarina Schneider from West Swim Club. Ryan Grasser will be in lane 2 from Chicago Wolfpack. Annabelle Olivo is in lane 3 from Fox Valley. Molly Lumsden is in lane 4 from Palatine Park. Nia Robinson is in lane 5 from Glenbrook Aquatics. From Chicago Wolfpack, we have Piper Wood Prince. She's in lane 6. Veronica Peachnick is in lane 7 from Swift Aquatics. From Byron Tiger Sharks, we have Audrey Kilmer. From the Wolfpack in lane 9 is Madison Zamansky. And in lane 10 is Sophia Merck from St. Charles Swim Team.
Meet record and state association record is 56.90, set by Melissa Pish from Bloomington Normal Waves back in 2014. The USA Junior National Time Standard is 57.59. Futures cut 59.59. And the Quad A Time Standard, which we'll be talking about quite often, as well as the Triple A Time Standard, which qualifies our athletes for the Central Zone Championships upcoming in a week or so. And that is a Team Illinois event, so our athletes are trying to qualify for that all-star team as well.
Excellent.
So these young athletes in this heat looking to qualify for that Quad A time standard of 1:00.89.
Fastest time in the prelims belongs to lane 5, Nia Robinson, by 1/100th of a second, 101.02. In lane 6 would be Piper Wood Prince with that second fastest preliminary time.
And this meet is not only a championship meet and a team competition, but it is also a qualifier meet. And we'll talk a lot about the progressions in USA Swimming as we go through the night.
That we will, as the young ladies set themselves in the blocks. We are ready for this B final, Heat 1. In the water they go. Once again, this is the young ladies, girls 13-14 age group, 100-meter freestyle. First 25 meters, definitely too close to call. In lane 1, that is Katarina Schneider. She got off the blocks and got off to a great start, Tony.
As we saw 2 weeks ago, there are no slow lanes at the Recplex. We were calling lane 1 and 10 all sessions long.
And to give our viewers a quick set here, the scoreboard will have lanes 1 through 10, top to bottom, but if you're viewing at home, lane 10 will be at the top of your screen as they make that first turn. 29.11 was Nia Robinson in lane 5, but with only 25 meters to go, this race is way too close to call here, Tony. Last 15 meters or so, it looks like maybe in lane 1, Katarina Schneider. As the swimmers go under the flags, last 5 meters, who will reach that wall first? It will be Madison Samansky, 1:00.82.
She did make that Quad A time standard.
Great swim at
The ready room is going to be the awards room. Once again, the 50s backstroke this evening. The ready room will be the awards room.
You ready, Julie? We're good. Work it, make it.
Lane number 2, Emily Busaro. Lane number 3, Miss Lillian Reeder. Lane number 4, Molly Lubner. Lane number 5, Carly Noveline. Lane number 6, Miss Julietta Tracy. Lane number 7, Sally Ma. Lane number 8, we have Leslie Wendell. Lane number 9, Miss Michelle Kaner. And in lane 10, we have Miss Caitlin Suda.
Championship heat of the 13-14 girls 100-meter freestyle. Your fastest seed, Julietta Tracy. Excuse me, it wasn't Julietta, it was Carly Noveline at 58.05. This morning, Carly was a 27.75 on the first 50. Let's track her progress.
We sure will.
Through the 100 free.
As they are in the water. Great start by these young ladies here. First 25 meters, slight lead. That is lane 5, Carly Noveline. She got off to a great start, Tony.
She did. That first 15 meters was spot on. But as we see over the last 2 weeks, it isn't always the first one to the wall that wins the race. You got to have a little bit of control in 50 meters, a lot more aerobic swimming. But let's watch the turns.
27.34 for Carly Noveline.
Great underwater work by Noveline. 4 dolphin kicks off the wall, and she extended her lead.
Right above her there, that is Julietta Tracy in lane 6. She's going to try to close as they hit the 75-meter mark. Carly Noveline in lane 5. She's got about a body length lead, and she's widening right now, Tony. She's finishing strong.
She was out 0.4 of a second faster at the 50. Let's see if she challenges that junior national time.
Last 5 meters.
Can she get the record?
Her time is 56.70
for
a new Carly Noveline.
Association and meet record right off the bat.
Great swim by Carly Noveline. In second is Julietta Tracy with a 58.62 time. Great, great final swim, ladies. As we move on right into the B final of the boys 13 and 14 age group, 100-meter freestyle. In lane 1, we'll have Rex Maurer from Wild Kid Swimming. From Sterling Stingrays, we have Riley Austin in lane 2. Ethan Fua is in lane 3 from Patriot Aquatic. From Swift Aquatics, we have Dimitri Zemenides in lane 4. Tyson Tucci will be in lane 5. He's from Redbird Swim Club. Also from Sterling in lane 6, that's Carson Faley. Luke Murtis is in lane 7 from Joliet Jets. Gavin McCullough is in lane 8. He's from West Chicago Sharks. In lane 9, that is Lawrence Wang from Cats Aquatic. And in lane 10 is Sifax Rab from Swift Aquatics.
Fastest swimmer in the pool, 57.46, was Tyson Tucci from prelims. Tyson's mostly recognizable from all his great swims at distance events, but seems to be firing it up for the 100 freestyle tonight.
Well, he's certainly firing it up right now. He's got an early lead as they approach that first split, and they will hit the wall. Let's check out Tucci's time. He is at 26.99. Great turn by him. Let's keep an eye on lane 10, though. That is Sifax Rab from Swift Aquatics. He had a great turn also.
Quad A time that puts him in the top 15% of athletes of their age group is 56.59. Let's see if Tyson can knock that one down.
Hitting the first 75 meters, Tyson Tucci is widening his lead. He's got about a half a body length lead with about 10 meters left to go. He is going to finish up strong and reach for that wall in a time of 56.50 for Tyson Tucci. Dimitri Zemenides comes in second with a 57.60 race.
Now down to the pool deck for the intro of our championship heat.
Maxim Rabchuk. Lane 2, Ernest Berdichowski. Lane 3, Mr. William Gallagher. Lane 4, Omar Fatala. Lane 5, Michael Flynn. Lane 6, Mr. Alexei Filipovic. Lane 7, Mr. Darren Rogers. Lane number 8, we have Erkan Ozgen. Lane number 9, Joshua Knoll. And lane number 10, we have Mr. Jack Redden in the house.
Championship final, 13-14 age group for the boys. Fastest preliminary time here belongs to Michael Flynn, lane 5. He's out of Lions Aquatic. Let's keep an eye on him.
Meeting association record 51.66, set back in 2009. Michael Flynn, your top qualifier, was out a 26.65 this morning. He's in lane number 5, but look at lane number 6.
That is Alexei Filipovic from St. Charles. He got off the blocks and a great start, Tony. But again, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish as these young men approach their first turn. We'll check out that split time for Filipovic. 25.56 for Alexander Filipovic, and a great turn from him.
Look at the strength in his legs right now. Also over here in lane number 4, coming on strong.
That is Omar Fatala. Yeah, he has closed that gap with 25 meters left to go. They are in a dead sprint for that wall. Alexei Filipovic in lane 6, Omar Fatala in lane 4, about 10 meters left to go. It's going to be a great finish. Who will touch that wall first? It will be Alexei Filipovic with a time of 53.34. Michael Flynn in second place with a 54.24 time. As we move right along now, we are into the 11 and 12 age group for the young women. Their 100-meter freestyle in lane 1. It'll be Reese Frigetto out of Alligator Aquatics. In lane 2, we'll have Haley Swatland from Maverick Swim Club. From the Wolfpack, we have Ivy Chan. From Cats Aquatic, we'll have Sophia Tianulis in lane 4. Gianna Capello is in lane 5. She's from West Swim Club. Renee Tan is in lane 6. She's from the Wolfpack. From Fox Valley, we have Megan Ng in lane 7. Lane 8 will be occupied by Elizabeth Euler. She's from Midway Aquatics. In lane 9, we'll have Annika Parkey from Patriot Aquatic. And in lane 10, we'll have Isabella Rosenbergis from Swift Aquatics.
Meeting association record 58.55, set by Kate Morris in 2016. Watch these young ladies who are shooting for that 1:03.39, which is a quad A time standard.
A tie for fastest preliminary times belongs to Gianna Capello and Renee Tan. They'll be in the middle of your screen, lanes 5 and 6 respectively.
Let's watch who wins that 15-meter race. Great underwater work over here in lane number 4. Coming up strong is Sophia.
Yep, that is Sophia Tianulis in lane 4.
Outside
but again,
smoke again, babe.
Inside smoke as well, lane 1. That is Reese Frigetto out of Alligator Aquatics. She was off to a great start.
So you watch the young ladies that are more adept in the 100-meter freestyle. It's how they control their stroke rate and their breathing. The key here, strong turns as we saw in the championship heat of the girls, 13-14. But coming off lane 4 is Sophia again.
A great turn by Sophia Tianulis, 30 seconds flat on that split time as they approach 75 meters. It is Tianulis in lane 4. She's got about a half a lane body lead.
That middle 25 right in here, the second 50, that middle 25. Now you start to see those young ladies all start to catch up to the leader.
Sophia Tianulis trying to hold on to that lead, but right above her is Gianna Capello, who will reach that wall first. It looks like Tianulis will come in first with a 1:02.98 time.
And that is a quad A time standard. Congratulations, Sophia. Now down to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our championship heat.
free. In lane 1, we have Isabella Palermo. Rio, sorry. Lane 2, Megan Marquardt. Lane 3, Sofia Szymanski. Lane 4, Maya Arroyo. Lane 5, Miss Leah Hayes. Lane 6, Jessica Kuperkis. Sorry, I think I messed that one up. Lane 7, Bridget McGann. Lane 8, Gabriella Valise. Lane number 9, Brooke Monecki. And lane 10, Ava Salverson.
Championship heat of the girls, 13-14 100 free. That record is held by Kate Morris at 58.55, but Leah Hayes, 58.71 in prelims. She loves breaking records, already broke the 100 breaststroke record earlier in the day. Let's see if she can get her second meet and association record here in the 100 freestyle.
As the young ladies are in the water in this championship final, 100-meter freestyle. That is lane 5, Leah Hayes, the aforementioned Leah Hayes.
From Tide swim team, tidal waves. All right, so Leah was out 28.67 as we check and track our leaders, see if they're going to be faster on the way out in finals. Leah's a 28.0. She is 0.6 of a second faster tonight than she was in the morning. Try to break that record.
Yeah, she's having, like you said, Tony, a great swim meet early on day 1. She's just looking to continue that trend. As she approaches that 75-meter mark, Leah Hayes has a body length lead.
But look at that middle 25. You can see how she's extending the lead. She has a strength in the middle part of each 25 as she builds through the first 50 and has great closing speed on the back half.
It is a race for second place, lanes 3, 4, and 6. Who will get there first? As Leah Hayes comes in first, it'll be Jessica Kuperkis with 1 minute 90.
And that's a new meet and association record.
Great swim by Leah Hayes. As we move on to the men, young men, 11 and 12 age group, their 100-meter freestyle. In lane 1, we'll have Mitchell Niemiec. He is from Homewood Flossmoor. In lane 2, we have Steve Tapia from the Wolfpack. In lane 3, that'll be occupied by Theodore Nikolov. He is from Academy Bullets. In lane 4, we have Diego Rosario from Patriot. In lane 5, we'll have Jonathan Wang from Wheaton Swim Club. From Springfield YMCA, we have Aiden Music. He's in lane 6. Lane 7 will be occupied by Wesley Zhao from the Wolfpack. From Highland Park Aquatics, we have Ilya Rivkin. He's in lane 8. Andrew Rosa will be in lane 9 from Academy Bullets. And in lane 10, we have Euban Ko from Glenbrook Aquatics.
Meeting association record, 57.10, set by Ethan Morris in 2012. These young men are shooting for 1:01.09 is that quad A time standard. The AAA time standard to get you on Team Illinois. Many of these young athletes, all 10 of them, have achieved that AAA time standard, could represent Team Illinois at our Central Zone Championships.
Lane 1, that is Mitchell Niemiec. He got off the blocks strongly as they make that first turn. 29.16, that is Jonathan Wang in lane 5.
Who had the best turn off the wall. It looks like lane number 5. And that is Wang, the aforementioned Wang at 29.16. Now here is that middle 25 again. Let's watch what happens right here. This is where the strength from training comes into play. Being able to hold your stroke rate on that back 50.
Diego Rosario is neck and neck there with Jonathan Wang. Rosario in lane 4. Wang in lane 5. As they both reach for that wall, it would be Diego Rosario with a great swim. 101.38 is his time. Jonathan Wang in second as we move on to our championship final.
Voice of the pool deck for your introduction of your A final.
Yeah. Can you feel the energy in the house? In lane 1, we have Mr. Stevie Grudd. Lane 2, Code Podgorski. Lane 3, Kevin Obochi. Lane 4, Aaron Gruveric. Lane 5, Colin Zhang. Lane number 6, Mr. Chris Suk. Lane 7, Matthew Johnson. Lane number 8, Jacob German. Lane 9, Mr. Noah Agado. And lane 10, Mr. David Bassa. Good luck, gentlemen. Have a great race.
All right, here we go with the championship final of the 11-12 boys 100-meter freestyle. Not one swimmer under a minute. I predict we're going to have 3 swimmers or more under a minute tonight and start challenging that USA Swimming Quad A time standard. Only 3 athletes at that 100 mark. Here's where the technique came into play off that start. Athletes that broke out, moving forward and not taking a breath right off that breakout. Doesn't cause that sideways motion. It may be a 100th of a second, but that may come into play at the end.
Very crowded now at the start of this race. Those are lanes 3, 4, and 5. Kevin Obochi, Aaron Grigorovic, and Colin Zhang in lane 5 bunched up there as your leaders, making that first turn. 28.53 is Aaron Grigorovic from CWAC. He had a great turn, Tony.
And the race is on here in 4 and 5.
That
outside smoke over there. Keep an eye on lane number 8.
Aaron Grigorovic in lane 4, Colin Zhang in lane 5. Those are your leaders, but really tight to tell as they approach those final meters, reaching for the wall. Who will it be? Touching first, it will be Colin Zhang in lane 5 with a 59.80 time. Well predicted, Tony.
Well, it kind of looked like, you got to watch some of the races within the races. As you watch that last 5 meters, it was the touch. It was not the swim. It was actually how you shut off that pace clock was going to make a difference in who was going to get first place in that event. So now as we've finished our 100 freestyles, we're going to take our first awards break. Before that, we're going to recognize the rest of our sponsors.
Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody. The All-American Swim Team Store is the official supplier and sponsor of Illinois Swimming and Team Illinois. Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics. Stop by their booth to pick up your official event merchandise and see all of the different styles and prints they have to offer. Remember to ask the Oceans Apparel representative how they can help raise funds for your organization. We would also like to thank Wintrust and Marriott, who is an official sponsor of USA Swimming. We'd also like to thank Team Unify, Bag Tags, and Hasty Awards. We'd like to send a special thank you to the Cats Aquatic Club for hosting the 2018 Age Group Long Course Championships. We'd like to thank meet hosts Sammy Joe Mailer, who is the meet director, and Jeff Arce, who is entry chair. Meet referee Jack Yetter and administrative referee Tim Kroll, and all of our officials, we say thank you.
In place from Glenview Titans, Michelle Kaner. 9th place, her teammate from Glenview, Hannah Shimada. 8th place from New Trier, Leslie Wendell. 7th place from St. Charles, Miss Caitlin Suda. 6th place From Champaign, Sally Ma. 5th place from Barrington, Emily Busaro. 4th place from Delta Aquatics, Molly Lubner. And your top 3 finishers. Oh, snap, okay. With a 59.62 from Barrington Swim Club, Miss Lillian Reeder. 2nd place with a time of 58.62, Julietta Tracy. And it looks like we have a new record, or a new time. Yes, it is a new record. With a time of 56.70. That is a new record. From NASA Wildcats, Miss Carly Noveline. Amazing, amazing racing. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Make a nice warm round of applause for your top 10 swimmers for the girls 13, 14, 100 meter free. And she had a 56.70. Up next is going to be event 10. Nope. We're holding 10. Are we rolling right into 11? Okay, Bucaro, not Busaro. I got to say it out loud so I remember it now. Bucaro. Thank you. So it looks like we're going to be passing over event number 10, and then we're going on to 11. All right, here we go with 11. Girls 11, 12, 100 meter free. The top 10 are as follows. In 10th place from NASA Wildcats, Isabella Palmerio. See, I said it right that time. Dunlap in 9th place with Ava Salverson. 8th place from Wildcats, Megan Marquardt. Hope I said that right. 7th place from Chicago Wolfpack, Brooke Meinecke. Manaki. Sixth place, her teammate from Wolfpack, Gabriella Valiz. Fifth place from Delta Aquatics, Bridget McGann. Fourth place from Glenview Titans, Sophia Szymanski. Third place with a time of 1:01.26 from Wolfpack, Maya Arroyo. Second place with a time of 1:00.90, her teammate from Wolfpack, Jessica Kerpikis. And in first place with a winning time and new state record, 57.88 from Fox Valley, Leah Hayes. Excellent swimming, ladies. Leah, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen in the stands and watching live, make sure you put your hands together for your top 10 finishers for the girls 11-12 100-meter freestyle. Nice work, ladies. It's like the paparazzi over there, right? Moving on to event number 12. This is the boys 11-12, 100-meter free, top 10. Just waiting for the heads up. I need Julietta Tracy and Alexis Wendell for the A final. All right, here we go. Event 12, the boys 11-12, 100-meter free. In 10th place, we had Mr. Stevie Grudd from Academy Bullets. 9th place from Fox Valley, Noah Agado. 8th place from Academy, Code Podgorski. 7th place from Glenbrook, we had Jacob German. Tied for 5th, Barrington Swim Club's David Bassa. And Highland Park Aquatics, Kevin Obochi. 4th place from Lincoln Way was Matthew Johnson. 3rd place with a time of 1:00.53 from St. Charles, Mr. Chris Suk. 2nd place with a time of 59.80 from Patriot Aquatic Club, Colin Zhang. And in 1st place with a winning time of 59.56 from Chicago Wolfpack, Mr. Aaron Grovic. Now we're doing 10. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the boys 11-12 100-meter free. Ten. Brook. 8th place, we had St. Charles, Jack Redden. 7th place from Academy Bullets, Ernest Bertachowski. 6th place from Peoria, Joshua Knoll. 5th place from West Swim Club, Mr. Erkan Osgin. 4th place from Academy Bullets. Nope, just kidding. 4th place from Hornets. I don't know where I got Academy. William Gallagher from Hornets. William Gallagher in 4th. 3rd place with a time of 55.80 from Wolfpack, Darren Rogers. 2nd place with a time of 54.24 from Lions, Michael Flynn. And in 1st place with a winning time of 53.76 from Mundelein, Omar Fatala.
We are back here at the 2018 Illinois Swimming Age Group Championships.
So just one quick note for all of our listeners. You noticed that we had mentioned that Alex Filipovic had won the 100-meter freestyle, but he was disqualified. Not sure what the reason why is. That's why you did not see him in the 1st place podium. On to our next event.
It is the 13-14 age group for the young women, the 200-meter butterfly. In lane 1, we'll have Olivia Assay from Express Swim Team. Mary Grace King will be in lane 2 from Lake Forest. Ashley Segal will be in lane 3. She's from Academy Bullets. From Nutrier Aquatics in lane 4, that is Leslie Wendell. Alexandra Mitchell will be in lane 5. She's from Chicago Wolfpack. Margaret Myers is in lane 6. She's from Wheaton. From Academy Bullets in lane 7, we have Katie O'Connell. Victoria Turos will be in lane 8. She's from Coho. Paige Armstrong is in lane 9 from St. Charles. And from Academy Bullets, we have Kelly Shortall in lane 10.
Long-standing meet and association record, 2:17.19, set back in 2009 by Connie Sue from Wheaton.
2:29.95, fastest preliminary time. That belongs to Alexandra Mitchell. She's in lane 5, so we'll keep an eye on her. As the young ladies get out of the blocks and into the water. First 25 meters, definitely too close to call, but off to a good start. That is lane 1, Olivia Assay from Express Swim Team.
So a lot of coaching goes into a great 200-meter butterfly. And it isn't about teaching technique at 13, 14s. Most of them pretty much have a good foundation. It's about teaching them to relax. It's about teaching them to be patient as they go out into the first 75 and build that first 75 of the 200 butterfly. You noticed our two leaders here. You see kind of almost like a rocking wave motion. Not a lot of drive downbeat on the kick right now. Really reaching out for the landing zone and letting that body come up and move forward on the recovery of the stroke.
32.49 first split. That belongs to lane 1, Olivia Assay. In lane 4, however, that is Leslie Wendell, also off to a great start. And in lane 5, right above her, is Alexandra Mitchell.
So a lot of observations for most fans come from what you see on top of the water. We're watching underwater here, particularly on the push-offs and the underwater kicking, is the body lines as they come off. If they've gained momentum going into the wall, they've got to hold that streamlined body position to give themselves momentum to start the next 50.
37.71, that last split belonging to Margaret Myers. She is in lane 6, but in lane 5, that is Alexandra Mitchell, widening her lead just a little bit. Right below her in lane 4, that is Leslie Wendell out of New Trier.
One of the things that most people don't see, and it's very difficult to see, is how the athletes are breathing. Not on top of the water, but underneath. Are they exhaling fully underwater? In the 200 butterfly, many athletes sometimes will get short of breath because of not exhaling fully through their mouth or their nose underwater to be able to get that full breath, to be able to give them oxygen to their legs on this important last 50.
Margaret Mitchell, correction, Alexandra Mitchell in lane 5, another great split, under 37.5 seconds. As she widens her lead, she's got about a body length lead now over her nearest competitors.
She was 2:29.95 in the morning, and she is ahead of that pace. See how much time she can drop here in finals?
Let's see what her final time will be. 2:27.05 for Alexandra Mitchell. Katie O'Connell will be in second place with a 2:28.80 swim.
Now down to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our championship heat.
In lane 1, we have Miss Atsi Gomez. Lane 2, Emily Bucaro. Lane 3, Miss Lillian Reeder. Lane 4, Alexis Wendell. Lane 5, we have Addison Donfries. Lane 6, Julietta Tracy. Lane 7, Audrey Kilmer. Lane number 8, we have Jillian Wilson. Lane number 9, Naomi Ruff. And lane 10, Miss Lindsay Drum. Good luck, ladies.
Again, meet and association record 2:17.19 set back in 2009. We had two athletes that were at 2:24 in prelims. That is Donfries and Tracy. Let's see what type of head-to-head racing goes on, or is it going to be a strategy-filled race?
Donfries will be in lane 5, Julietta Tracy in lane 6, as the young ladies are out of the blocks and swimming their first 25 meters. Too close to call, but in lane 1, off to a good start. That is Atsi Gomez from Sage YMCA.
I'm pretty impressed with how relaxed the young ladies are on this first 35 meters as they're building into their 50. Good relaxed breathing, good relaxed body positions.
First split here for the young ladies. 31.64, Naomi Ruff. She is in lane 9. But right behind her with a 31.76 in lane 8, that is Jillian Wilson. Both St. Charles teammates, Tony, as they hit that first 75 meters. That is lane 7, Audrey Kilmer.
Audrey Kilmer has lane 8 out there is Jillian Wilson. She's a side breather. It keeps her body position lower in the water. It's an actual technique that they're working on to keep her moving forward and not up and down.
First 100 split, 35.98 for Julietta Tracy in lane 6. 35.79 though for Addison Dumfries in lane 5 as these young ladies start to assert themselves in this race. But again, in lane 8, that is Jillian Wilson from St. Charles. She's right there with the leaders.
So what you got to watch with these young ladies right now, they are building their tempo without losing their strokes. That's what's so impressive on these top 3 leaders right now. As they continue to reach forward, they're not overemphasizing energy and turnover rate. What they're doing is making sure that they're staying within themselves. Now you'll start seeing the legs added in on this important last 50.
36.37 for Addison Dumfries in lane 5. Right above her in lane 6, Julietta Tracy. 36.53 on their splits. As they approach those last 25 meters, it is Dumfries and Tracy battling neck and neck. Tracy is right behind Dumfries now as she starts to widen her lead just a little bit, approaching the last 15 meters. It is Addison Dumfries looking strong, swimming those last 5 meters for the wall. Addison Dumfries will be first with a 2:19.75 swim. Julietta Tracy in second place. Great swim, ladies.
2:19, just off the junior national time standard in the meet record. She's up and coming.
As we move on to the young men's 13-14 age group, their 200-meter butterfly. The B final here in lane 1 will have Bennett Lindbergh from Nassau Wildcat. Adit Benur is in lane 2 from Palatine. Olexa Zobkiv is in lane 3. He's from Scout. From the Wolfpack in lane 4, we have Omero Olivares. In lane 5, we have Jake Regenwetter from Champaign. Out of Mundelein, we have Michael Waraki in lane 6. Kane Chris will be in lane 7 from St. Charles. James Coffey will occupy lane 8 from Wheaton. In lane 9, we have Lawrence Wang from Cats Aquatic. And in lane 10, we have Ethan Chan from New Trier.
Meet and association record 2:06.20, set last year at this meet by Andrew Dye of Wheaton.
Out of the blocks and in the water are the young men. Again, this is the 200-meter butterfly. In lane 4, off to an excellent start. That is Omero Olivares from the Chicago Wolfpack.
AAA time standard 2:23.19, quad A time standard 2:16.69. As we saw in the girls' heats and the earlier heats, nice relaxed motion on the way out. Importance here is to be able to keep the stroke count inside the flag. So the athletes come in on a full stroke. They don't jam their strokes. They don't stop their momentum. They let their knees tuck underneath them and flow into the wall and out.
30.43 that first split for Omero Olivares, in lane 4. But in lane 6, Michael Waraki also had a great split as well.
And again, as we watch here, it's maintaining their body position on top of the water, not overusing the legs. Let's watch the athletes as they go into the wall. Let's watch the underwater work off the wall.
First 100 meters, Olexa Zobkiv with a great split there, 34.62.
Lane number 4 had and that is Romero with the best underwater work out of the group. And that moved him up in place.
Yes, it did in lane 4. Again, Homero Olivares. And in lane 6, Michael Waraki. They are your early leaders approaching that 150-meter mark.
Important thing here is that they don't start moving in big leaps and bounds. In other words, don't use all the energy up on the third 50. Improve your time, improve your tempo by tenths of seconds as you build through it. Coaches work with them in pace sets, trying to teach them exactly how fast their arm stroke rate need to be.
35.41 for Homero Olivares in lane 4, but in lane 6, keeping up with him stroke for stroke, that is Michael Waraki. As they swim the last 25 meters here, a slight lead by Olivares, but Waraki will not let him relent. Last 15 meters, Olivares finishing up strong. He will touch that wall first. Let's check that time. Homero Olivares, 2:18.43 for Homero Olivares. Michael Waraki in second place.
About a 3-second time drop from preliminary rounds. Now on to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our A final.
Thirteen, 14. To fly. In lane 1, we have Nathaniel Tungle. Lane number 2, Ryan Dorer. Lane 3, Timothy Hayes. Lane 4, Sean Sullivan. Lane 5, Griffin O'Leary. Lane number 6, Mr. Matthew Gibson. Lane number 7, Andrew Lynn. Lane number 8, Brian Mendoza. Lane 9, we have Sean Werner. And lane 10, Joseph Deinstag.
Meet and association record again, 2:06.20 by Andrew Dye last year at this meet. I watched the preliminary rounds of this event. There are 6 or 7 guys that had great 150s. The Griffin O'Leary from Barrington had the best complete race. That's why he's the top seeded 210.
Griffin O'Leary in lane 5 as the young men are in the water championship final. 200-meter butterfly. In lane 4, off to a great start. That is Sean Sullivan from Nassau Wildcat.
And Andrew Lynn over there from Heat, looking pretty strong on his way out as well. And again, we even saw it a complete race. What is a complete race in this 200 butterfly? It's holding that strategy and holding that stroke. Now, I'm watching some great underwater work going on here in lane number 4 and lane number 7.
Yep, that's Andrew Lynn in lane 7 with a 28.75 split. Great split for him.
And continuing momentum off a wall, not having to restart a 50 in a 200-meter butterfly. It's maintaining momentum.
Sean Sullivan matching Lynn stroke for stroke. He is in lane 4 as they approach that first 100 meters. Andrew Lynn is your early leader. Let's check out his split time, 101.19, 32.44 on that last split for Lynn.
Now keep an eye on the rest of the field here. Now here comes Griffin O'Leary. He was really just biding his time back there, understanding what his race strategy is. He and next to him on his left-hand side, that is in lane 6, as Matthew Gibson are probably going to have the fastest 50 splits just because of how they came off their walls and broke out into their first 2 or 3 strokes.
Let's check out that split for Griffin O'Leary as they approach another turn at the 150-meter mark. 32.30 for Griffin O'Leary, a great split for him. But right above him in lane 6, that is Matthew Gibson, and in lane 7, that is Andrew Lynn. 3 swimmers that are battling it out for first place. Last 25 meters.
Don't give up on Gibson here. He's having one heck of a race.
That is Griffin O'Leary in lane 5 with a half body length lead. Swimming those last 5 meters. Griffin O'Leary will touch first. Let's check his time. 2:07.38 for Griffin O'Leary. Matthew Gibson in second place with a 2:08.37.
Some amazing time drops there for a lot of the young men in there. Some great complete races.
As we moving on quickly now, 11 and 12 age group, 50-meter backstroke for the young ladies. In lane 1, B final, it'll be Kalia Hughes from Fox Valley. Isabella Chow will be in lane 2 from the Wolfpack. From West Swim Club, we have Elizabeth Lehman in lane 3. In lane 4, we have Aya Carmela Dallingen, again in lane 4 from Swift Aquatics. Elizabeth Ronsky is in lane 5 from Maverick. Zeynep Uriaman is in lane 6 from the Wolfpack. Out of Patriot Aquatic, we have Jennifer Chen in lane 7. Sophia Tiunelis, in lane 8. She's from Cats Aquatic. And from Bear Shocktopus, we have Isabella Canny in lane 9, and in lane 10, Christine Jimenez from Delta Aquatics. Fastest seed time belongs to Elizabeth Ronsky. She will be in lane 5.
I'm pretty impressed with Elizabeth Ronsky with her backstroke start. It's a blind start. It's an athletic, almost a back bend throw into a hole that they have to make blind with their hands, and then tuck their body line underwater and ride out that momentum.
Last 20 meters or so in this 50-meter backstroke. That is lane 2, Isabella Chow, but it's way too close to call. As they approach that wall, who will touch first? It looks like Isabella Chow will finish. 33.69 is her time. Great swim.
That is a AAA time standard, qualifying her for the Central Zone Championships. Now onto the boys of the pool deck for our championship heat introduction.
We have Miss Megan Eng. Lane 2, Elizabeth Euler. Lane 3, Reese Frigetto. Lane 4, Annika Parkey. Lane 5, Maya Arroyo. Lane number 6, Sophia Szymanski. Lane 7, we have Ivy Chan. Lane number 8, we have Hallie Reifsnyder. Lane 9, Jessica Kuperkis. Lane 10, we have Yi-Jean Shin.
Meet record 30.57 set by Grace Ariola in 2013. Interesting fact, Grace Ariola is now on the USA national team competing at nationals this summer. She actually spoke to many of these girls at the Pro Series camp this year in May. And a lot of these young ladies aspire to be just like her. Wouldn't it be cool if they broke one of her 11-12 records?
That would be cool. Fastest
wow,
preliminary
look at that
time.
underwater work.
Yep, that is
in lane number 5.
Yep, just going to mention that name, Maya Arroyo from the Wolfpack. A great first 25 for her. She's got about a body length lead now in this dead sprint. 50-meter freestyle, or 50-meter backstroke, excuse me, for these young ladies.
Got to keep straight in the lane. The key here is not to drift, not to overpull. Finish the last 5 meters.
For Maya Arroyo,
oh, just off the record.
30.85, an amazing swim, and congratulations to Maya Arroyo. In second place, Hallie Reifsnyder with a 32.88 time.
Beautiful underwater work. She's setting her skills up to be a great senior swimmer someday.
As we're moving on to the young men's 50-meter freestyle now.
50-meter backstroke.
Backstroke, excuse me.
It's on the other side.
Yep. Throwing me off here a little bit. But in lane 1, we'll have Zachary Guerrero. He's from Swift. In lane 2, we have Edward Zhao from Cats Aquatic. Nathan Wolski will be in lane 3 from Coho. Chris Sauk is in lane 4 from St. Charles. From the Wolfpack in lane 5, we have Steve Tapia. In lane 6, Noah Johnson. In lane 7, Stephen Grood from Academy Bullets. Out of NASA Wildcat in lane 8, Gavin Stieglitz. Charles Tracy is in lane 9 from Chicago Wolfpack. And from Sheridan, we have Brendan Worcester.
AAA time standard 34.09, Quad A time standard 32.39. 2 different meet and association records. We'll talk about those in a second. Looks like we got some early speed out of lane number 3.
Yep, that is Nathan Wolski. Off to a good start, but way too close to call at this point. Last 15 meters for these young men. 50-meter backstroke. Last 10 meters really bunched up. Who will touch that wall first as they lunge for it? It will be Steve Tapia coming in first with a 33.36 time. Chris Sauk will be in second.
Now down to the voice of the pool deck for the introductions of our A final.
Coming up right now, Heat 2A final for the boys 11-12-50 backstroke. In lane 1, we have Caden McDonald. Lane number 2, we have Tyler Bardak. Lane 3, Andrew Spencer. Lane 4, Brady Johnson. Lane number 5, Mr. Jaden Heinlein. Lane 6, Jacob German. Lane number 7, we have Kevin Obachi. Lane number 8, Jonathan Wang. Lane 9, Bryce Loger. And then lane 10, we have Noah Agado. Good luck, gentlemen. Have a great race. Fire it up.
All right, championship heat 11-12 boys 50-meter backstroke. State record or LSC record 29:37 set by Andrew Lynn in 16. Meet record 30.03 set by Ethan Morris in 2012. Jaden Heinlein almost got that this morning. Jaden from Patriot Aquatic. Let's see what type of underwater work give them momentum into this first 25, and it looks like lane number 5 came out strong. That is Heinlein.
50-meter backstroke for these young men championship final. Grouped up nicely, first 25 meters here, but as Tony said, Heinlein off to a strong start.
And watch his head position. He keeps his head very still, starting to drift in the lane a little bit. And the key here is being able to keep that body position, rotating to both sides for that finish.
Last 5 meters for Jaden Heinlein. 30.19 for him.
Just off the beat record of 30.03, and that is a blink of an eye. That is sometimes swimming straight in a lane. That's sometimes holding your streamline underwater. Sometimes listening to the starter and getting off the blocks quickly. It's all, if you blink your eye 3 times, that's 0.6 of a second. So figure out how we can make that up in a 50, what his coach will tell him after a race. So we're getting on to the next awards break, and we're going to recap some scores real quick. And these are some early scores, which most of the points are coming from the 10 and under session this afternoon. We'll kind of talk about that after we have our next break. But we're going to just recap the top 6 teams right now. Some of the events have already been scored from tonight, so these are very preliminary.
Up to date, the Wolfpack, Chicago Wolfpack, are in the lead with 605 points. Fox Valley is coming in second with 256. Academy Bullets is third currently with 220.5. St. Charles Swim Team is in 4th place with 208. From Glenview Titan, they are 200.5. They are in 5th place currently. And rounding out the top 6, we have the Patriot Aquatic Club at 198.5. But again, very early in the swim meet, but the Chicago Wolfpack are off to a great start.
Emily Bucaro. 6th place from New Trier, Alexis Wendell. 5th place from St. Charles, Jillian Wilson. 4th place from Byron Tigers, Audrey Kilmer. 3rd place with a time of 2:23.83 from Barrington Swim Club, Miss Lillian Reeder. 2nd place with a time of 2:21.32 from Wolfpack, Julietta Tracy. And in first place with a winning time of 2:19.75 from Barrington Swim Club, Addison Donfris. Congratulations. Noise for your girls, 13-14 200 fly. Ten finishers. From New Trier, we have Joseph Dienstag in 10th place. In 9th place, from Delta Aquatics, we have Nathaniel Tungle. 8th place from Fox Valley, Ryan Dorer. 7th place from Academy Bullets, Sean Wenner. 6th place from Glenview Titans, Timothy Hayes. Thank you. 5th place from Academy Bullets, Brian Mendoza. 4th place from NASA Wildcats, Sean Sullivan. 3rd place with a time of 2:10.79 from Champaign, Andrew Lynn. 2nd place with a time of 2:08.37, Matthew Gibson from YWCA. And in 1st place with a winning time of 2:07.38 from Barrington, Mr. Griffin O'Leary. Nice job, gentlemen. For event number 14, the boys 13-14 200 fly. Back 10th place from Palatine Park District, PPD, Eugene Shin. 9th place from Alligator Aquatics, Reese Forgetto. 8th place from Wolfpack, Miss Ivy Chan. 7th place from Midway Aquatics, Elizabeth Euler. 6th place from Wolfpack, Jessica Kuperkis. Krupikis. I hope I said that right. 5th place from Fox Valley, Megan Eng. 4th place from Patriot Aquatic Club, Annika Parkey. And in 3rd place, with a 32.88 from Academy Bullets, Hallie Reifsnyder. 2nd place, with a 31.90 from Titans, Sophia Szymanski. And in 1st place, with a winning time of 30.85 from Wolfpack, Maya Arroyo. Put your hands together for the girls, 11-12, 50 backstroke. Nice work, ladies. Coming up next is going to be the guys. Oh, yeah. Just knocking these out. Here we go. Top 10, 10th place from Maverick, Tyler Bardak. 9th place from Reach Aquatics, Bryce Loger. 8th place from Mavericks, Caden McDonald. 7th place from Academy Bullets, Mr. Andrew Spencer. 6th place from Fox Valley, Noah Agotto. 5th place from Wheaton Swim Club, Mr. Jonathan Wang. 4th place from Highland Park, Kevin Obachi. 3rd place with a time of 31.55 from West Chicago Sharks, Brady Johnson. 2nd place with a time of 31.01 from Glenbrook, Jacob German. And in 1st place with a winning time of 30.19 from Patriot, Jaden Heinlein.
Back here at the 28-18 age group swimming finals. We are in the 13-14 age group for the young ladies. Their 100-meter backstroke.
100-meter backstroke. We're now starting at what's called the lake side end. As you can see out your windows if you're watching on our broadcast. You'll see then the other side when they're doing 50s is the park pool. And they alternate sides for the different distances, always finishing at the lake side end. And talk to them a little bit about our scoreboard sometimes if they're watching from home and how they need to be able to read it.
Yep, if you're looking at our scoreboard, it'll be lanes 1 through 10, top to bottom, if you're looking at home. If you're also looking at the pool at home, it'll be in reverse. So we'll have lanes 10 at the top of your screen and all the way down to lane 1 at the bottom. All right, in lane 1 for this B final, we have Haley Welp from Express. Ella Schrader will be in lane 2 from Delta. Katarina Schneider will be in lane 3 from West Swim Club. Also from Delta Aquatics in lane 4, we have Elizabeth Ricken. Jane Sanderson will occupy lane 5 from Nutrier. Emilia Jadrika is in lane 6 from Patriot. Grace Hagemaster is in lane 7 from Academy Bullets. From Delta Aquatics in lane 8 is Molly Lubner. Kendall Milo will be in lane 9. And Angelina Cackles will be in lane 10. Both of those swimmers from St. Charles.
Katarina Schneider out of West, your early leader. Watch that still head position. Very good rotation of the shoulders. Not overusing your legs too early. And watch the athletes as they build their tempo. The key here is to be able to swim straight in the lane when you're swimming blind. Some of that comes from your rotation of your stroke. Some of the times they even spot the beams on the ceiling.
First split, 33.30. That belongs to Jane Sanderson. She is right in the middle of your screen from New Trier in lane 5.
All 10 of the athletes under the AAA time standard. Now they're shooting for the top 16 in the nation almost with a 107.49. That's the quad A time standard.
Jane Sanderson in lane 5, widening her lead. It will be a battle for second place. And Tony, I cannot call it. Jane Sanderson will win this heat, but second place, who will it be? It is very bunched up.
Great swim.
Grace Hagemeister will take second place with a 108.82 time.
Sanderson with a quad A time standard, 107.04. Now we're down to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our A final.
Here we go. Heat 2A final. Lane 1, we have Miss Molly Yetter. Lane 2, Claudia Yoon. Lane 3, Kendall Pickering. Lane 4, Carly Novaline. Lane 5 is Caitlin Suda. Lane 6, Michelle Kaner. Lane 7, Sophia Mruck. Lane 8, Tegan Oska. Lane 9, Miss Annabelle Olivio. Lane 10, Molly Lumsden. Good luck, ladies.
Meet and association record 102.23, set by whom we've mentioned more than once, or who we will mention more than once, Grace Ariola, back in 2015 from Waves.
Caitlin Suda with the fastest preliminary time, 106.20. She's in lane 5.
Key here, if you watch some of the starts, we'll kind of watch them in the next backstroke heats for the guys. Is, are they getting their heels up after they push off that wall? Over here in lane number 4, with a clean entry into the water, maintaining that momentum, is Carly Novaline from Wild.
Already having a great 2018 meet so far is Carly Novaline, but great underwater work out of the blocks was lane 2. That was Claudia Yoon from Cats Aquatic. Let's check those first splits. Feet to the wall for the young ladies, 31.75 for Carly Novaline in lane 4.
Again, using her racing skills. It's not about out swimming people in between the flags. It's about being able to race a complete race.
Caitlin Suda keeping pace right above Novaline in lane 5. They are stroke for stroke right now, passing those last 25 meters.
Suda increasing her tempo through her leg drive as she finishes off the last 15 meters into the wall.
Caitlin Suda goes into the wall. She will finish first with a 104.99 time.
Just off the junior national time standard is Caitlin Suda. Beautiful swim, young lady.
Congratulations. Moving on quickly here, the boys, 13-14 age group, 100-meter backstroke. In lane 1, we'll have Arnav Deshpande from Fox Valley. Luke Thorell is in lane 2 from West Swim Club. Out of Wheaton Swim Club in lane 3 is Dylan Barrow. Sean Sullivan will be in lane 4 from Nassau Wildcat. From the Joliet Jets in lane 5 is Luke Murtis. Brandon Johnson will occupy lane 6 from Fox Valley. A pair of Cats Aquatic swim mates in lane 7 and 8, Michael Romero in lane 7, Jonathan Farber in lane 8. From the Peoria Area Water Wizards, we'll have Joshua Knoll in lane 9, and Lachlan Andrew from Nassau Wildcat will be in lane 10.
In our Constellation B final, beautiful underwater work out there in lane number 7. That was Michael Romero out of Cats.
Yep, Cats Aquatic in lane 7, Michael Romero. Jonathan Farber right above him in lane 8 as well.
If you're looking at our heats, the B and the A final. Many 13-14s in this B final, but 14-year-olds in the A final. So sometimes these young men are going through that growth and development stage, and as soon as their bodies catch up with that stroke, their body balance gets adjusted and tweaked, they're going to be fast.
Sean Sullivan in lane 4, 31.13 was his split time.
Here we go.
Right above him in lanes 5 and 6.
Call that one.
Yeah,
4 deep, baby. 4 deep.
Too close to call. The last 20 meters or so for these young men, 13-14 age group. 100-meter backstroke. This is too close to call. Tony, last 5 meters for these young men.
Hand on the wall.
Reaching back for that wall. Who touches first? It is Luke Murtis from the Joliet Jets. 104.71 is his time. Congratulations, Luke.
All right, we're on to the championship final and the introduction from our voice of the pool deck.
Let's fire it up. Heat 2A final. Lane 1, Jack Redden. Lane 2, Riley Austin. Lane 3, Mr. Timothy Hayes. Lane 4, Alexei Filipovic. Lane 5, Griffin O'Leary. Lane 6, Andrew Lynn. Lane 7, Matthew Gibson. Lane 8, Ernest Bertachowski. Lane 9, Ryan Dorer. And lane number 10, Mr. Erkan Ozgen. Go.
Let's talk about our top qualifier, Griffin O'Leary from Barrington. He came in at a 59.69, but he holds the association records that are not listed here in this meet. He's already been 58 at the Speedo sectional meet. He's already broken his own record numerous times. This record right now is Griffin O'Leary's. It's not showing on it. Shows 59.69. That meet record has already been broken. It is 58 seconds for Griffin O'Leary. He's got to challenge his own meet record.
One of the young stars already in this 2018 age group swim meet. Griffin O'Leary off to a very strong start in lane 5, but right below him in lane 4, trying to draft a little bit, is Alexei Filipovic out of St. Charles. First 50-meter split for these young men, 28.55 for Griffin O'Leary.
And Griffin O'Leary has already broken his meet record with a association record with a 58.60. We've seen this in the fly. Now watch the strength of his second 50. This is what breaks records. It is those strong legs and that deep arm pull that he has. Not as fast a tempo as everybody else, but how strong is he underwater?
Griffin O'Leary, last 10 meters for him. He is swimming strongly. Will finish in first place. What will his time be? 58.49 for Griffin O'Leary.
And that is a new meet and association record. The association record was actually 58.60. He's broken it twice in the last 2 weeks.
Congratulations, Griffin, as we move on to the 11 and 12 young ladies. Age group 100-meter breaststroke, the B final here. In lane 1, we'll have Bryn Kleitch from McHenry Marlins. In lane 2, Avery Kleitch, also from McHenry. Rachel Krotsov will be in lane 3 from Glenbrook Aquatics. Out of Hornet, we have Andrea Paradis in lane 4. Lily Sandor will occupy lane 5 out of Scout. From Wheaton Swim Club, we have Kelsey Wessel. She will be in lane 6. Isabella Rosenbergis will be in lane 7 out of Swift Aquatics. From NASA Wildcat, we have Panisa Piriakulev in lane 8. Gianna Gagliano will be in lane 9 from Alligator. And from Chicago Latin, we have Kate Pickford in lane 10.
Breaking that 120 barrier, getting close to it. That AAA time standard 125. These young ladies all have a AAA time standard. Shows the depth in our LSC. Quad A time 121.29. This is one of those races where it is about stroke control until that first 50, building the tempo without losing the stroke pattern. Now, if you go look at A beautiful stroke pattern. It's one that's moving forward, no dead spots in the breaststroke, no hesitation.
In lane 4, that is Andrea Paradis from Hornet. She's off to a good start.
Lane 6.
Lane 6 as well, Kelsey Wessel from Wheaton. Wessel with a 37.91 split.
She's out plenty fast enough to break 120. That 120 barrier is key to becoming an elite breaststroker. So she's got to finish off this race, but with a great second 50 coming from lane 4.
That is Andrea Paradis in lane 4. Kelsey Wessel in lane 6. Right above her in lane 7 is Isabella Rosenbergis. So a tight last 20 meters or so for these young ladies.
Let's watch who gets a good finish. That means not short stroking into the wall. Let's see who can adjust their stroke from the flags on in to dive forward and out-touch the field.
Isabella Rosenbergis, I believe, has taken over that lead. She will touch first with a 121.23 swim on that 100-meter breaststroke.
Now on to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our A final.
Heat 2, A final. Lane 1, we have Erica Ikiu. Lane 2, Chloe Diner. Lane 3, Miss Burlington Bocos. Lane 4, Kayla Duran. Lane number 5, Miss Leah Hayes. Lane 6, Bridget McGann. Lane 7, Ruhi Chitan. Lane number 8, Rose Jania. Lane number 9, Kalia Hughes. And lane number 10, we have Sophia Lynn.
All right, our top 10 finalists introduced. Leah Hayes this morning broke the meet and association record with a 1:14.77. It's important that we keep in track that it can't be just a state record. A local swimming committee doesn't always revolve the entire state. The bottom part of our state of Illinois actually swims in a different LSC. So it is a local swimming committee and LSC record that Leah Hayes broke this morning along with the meet record. Her time on the way out this morning was 34.99, but more impressed about how she broke 40 seconds on her second 50.
A strong start in lane 4. That is Kayla Duran from the Wolfpack. She is stroke for stroke with Leah Hayes so far as they approach that first 50-meter split. And Tony, Leah Hayes, obviously one of the young stars. I have a feeling we're going to be saying her name a lot in this swim meet.
All right, she is at 35.18 on the way out. A little slower, maybe a little bit more controlled.
Building on her lead, though, she's got a half body length lead, turning into a full body length lead now over lane 4. That is Kayla Duran. Leah Hayes, 25 meters to go. Again, a body length lead and starting to widen it, Tony.
You can now see that Leah is pushing that stroke forward, driving, feeling the water on her kick. In other words, using the feet turned out as a pushing motion moving forward.
Under the flags, Leah Hayes, last 5 meters for her. She will touch that wall first at a 1:14.49 time. Congratulations once again to Leah.
Meet and LSC record once again for Leah Hayes.
Moving on to the boys, 11 and 12 age group, 100-meter breaststroke. In lane 1 for the B final, we'll have Wilhelm Chaplin out of New Trier. From Swift Aquatics in lane 2, we have Mateo Young. Jackson Heinlein Prezalt will be in lane 3 from the Wolfpack. Michael O'Connell will occupy lane 4 out of Academy Bullets. From Patriot, we have Felix Wang. He's in lane 5. Andrew Rosa will be in lane 6 out of Academy. From the Wolfpack, Larry Rattler. He will be in lane 7. Kian Lamb is in lane 8 from Fox Valley. James Sokolis is in lane 9 from New Trier. And from Coho Swim Club in lane 10 is Edgar Rukowskis.
This group of athletes trying to break that 1:22.19 barrier. That is the AAA time standard and get them signed up for Team Illinois. and representing our athletes at the Central Zone Championships.
Fastest preliminary belongs to Felix Wang in the middle of your screen. He'll be in lane 5. And right on cue.
Breaststroke is made up of multiple components. It's not just the stroke. It is also the underwater pullouts that are allowed. And that underwater pullout is very similar to a butterfly full pull, an hourglass-shaped motion allowed with a dolphin kick now in breaststroke.
That is lane 4.
Lane
Michael
7.
O'Connell. And also in lane 7, Larry Rattler. Looks like he may touch the wall on that first split. First, he does, 37.62.
Anybody out 37 is on pace to break 120.
Mateo Young right there with him, though, in lane 2 with a 37.71 split time.
An interesting thing, you watch over here Mateo in lane number 2. You can just see that focus, no turning of the head. His eyes are focused down to the end of the pool, and it's a long look when you turn around at the 50 and 100 meters. Mateo
Young in lane 2, a strong second half swim. Last 20 meters or so for these young men in this 100-meter backstroke.
Up in lane
breaststroke.
6, lane 6.
Lane 6, that is Andrew Rosa out of Academy Bullets, who will touch that wall first. It is Andrew Rosa, a great second half for him with a 1:21.29 time.
That is a AAA time standard for Andrew. Now down to the voice of the pool deck and the introduction of our A final.
Yes. Heat 2A final, 11, 12-year-olds, 100 breaststroke. Lane 1, we have Henry Chen. Lane 2, Nathaniel Harris. Lane 3, Jeffrey Hu. Lane 4, Nicholas Kamenika. Lane 5, Colin Zhang. Lane 6, Mr. Ernest Rabinovich. Lane 7, Mitchell Nemiak. Sorry if I missed that one. Lane 8, Theodore Nikolov. Lane 9, Thomas Automatis. Lane 10, Charles Buffton. Good luck, guys.
All right, our meet and association record 1:12:45 sent by Billy Leader in 2012 out of Hinsdale.
Colin Zhang with the fastest preliminary time here will be in the middle of your screen once again in lane 5.
Sometimes it's important to talk about what's happening underwater when they're doing those pullouts. It's about keeping the body racing underwater. So when they pull those arms down to the side, it's about keeping good body line and keeping those hands close to their body as they recover forward to break out into their first 2 or 3 strokes. Let's watch who wins the turn, not just the sequence of in and out of the wall, but who wins the pullout.
Colin Zhang in lane 5. Right above him in lane 6, Ernest Rabinovich. And Mitchell Niemich in lane 7 are your early leaders. First turn belongs to Colin Zhang with a 34.85 split.
And he is 0.5 of a second faster tonight on the way out than he was this morning. But remember, it's the second 50.
Again, and that is Mitchell Niemich in lane 7 out of Homewood Flossmoor.
And he's coming.
He is definitely coming stroke for stroke with Colin Zhang in lane 5. Last 20 meters or so for these young men. Colin Zhang in lane 5.
They can feel their competition. They know they don't want to turn their head inside the flags, but they know the competition is there.
Colin Zhang reaching for that wall. He will touch first with a 1:14.12 time. Mitchell Niemich will be in second place, 1:14.70.
And he is way under the quad A time. Great job, young man, on that swim. All right, we're heading into our next awards break. We're going to talk a little bit again about it. Some of the people who make great partners that help our athlete programs. And this is something not just about our broadcast. It's about the partnerships that help our athletes. Athletico, for an example, has an athletic trainer down here on deck all 4 days of prelims and finals and the 10 and under sessions to assist any athlete and coach's needs down on that pool deck, as well as being a wonderful sponsor. Xfinity, you'll talk about But let's not let Speedo go unnoticed here. Speedo is a longtime sponsor of Illinois Swimming. They sponsor some of the things that happen in our programs, which is our all-star camps, our zone team. They help us with a lot of not only just apparel, but also in a lot of support that gives us opportunities for coaches clinics, learning opportunities for athletes, and things that really are going to drive our LSC to the next level.
Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Illinois Swimming would like to thank Speedo, which is an official sponsor of Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy. Better for everybody.
Charles, Miss Molly Yutter, and Fox Valley Annabelle Olivio. 7th place from Cats, we had Claudia Yoon. 6th place from West Swim Club, Kendall Pickering. 5th place from Academy Bullets, Tegan Ozga. 4th place from, my eyes are messing, St. Charles, Miss Sophia Muruk. 3rd place with a time of 106.17 from Glenview, Michelle Kaner. 2nd place with a time of 105.49 from NASA Wildcats, Carly Navaline. And in 1st place with a winning time of 104.99 from St. Charles, Caitlin Suda. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the top 10 finishers for the girls' 13-14 100-meter backstroke. Nice job, ladies. Up next, event number 18, the boys 13-14 back. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Event 18, the boys 13-14 100 back. In 10th place from West Swim Club, we have Erkan Ozgen. 9th place from Fox Valley, Ryan Dorr. 8th place from St. Charles, Jack Redden. 7th place from Sterling, Riley Austin. 6th place from Glenview Titans, Timothy Hayes. 5th place from YWCA, Matthew Gibson. 4th place from Bullets, Ernest Berdichowski. 3rd place with a time of 100.55 from Champaign, Andrew Lynn. Wait, hold on, sorry. 3rd place, no, my bad. 100.55 is Alexei Filipovic. My bad, that was my bad. From St. Charles. 2nd place with a 59.73, Mr. Andrew Lynn. And in 1st place, looks like a new state record with a 58.49 from Barrington, Mr. Griffin O'Leary. Nice job, gentlemen. Andrew Lynn sat with a 59.73, which also, let's see, was a meet record. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for event number 18, the boys 13-14 100-meter backstroke. Moving on to event number 19. Snap, man, we're ready to roll. 11-12 100-meter breaststroke. In 10th place, from Delta Aquatics, Chloe Diner. 9th place, from Mundaline, Sophia Lynn. 8th place, from Coho, Erica Ikiu. 7th place, from Ultimate, Miss Burlington Bocos. 6th place, from Fox Valley, Kalia Hughes. 5th place, from St. Charles, Rose Jania. 4th place, from Delta Aquatics, Bridget McGann. 3rd place, with a 117.47 from Fox, Ruhi Cheaton. 2nd place, with a time of 117.01 from Wolfpack, Kayla Duran. And with an official new state record, with a 114.49 from Fox Valley, Miss Leah Hayes. For those watching on YouTube right now, I promise, my voice sounds so much cooler in this room. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the girls 11-12 100-meter breaststroke. Up next, event 20, the boys 11-12. Missing one. Looks like Theodore. Oh, Nikolov. We're missing Nikolov. Yeah. All right, here we go. For event number 20, the boys 11-12, 100-meter breaststroke. In 10th place from Glenview Titans, Henry Chen. 9th place from Bullets, Thomas Adamatis, or Adamatis. 8th place, his teammate from Bullets, Theodore Nikolov. 7th place from Wildcats, Charles Buffton. 6th place from Ultimate, Jeffrey Howe, or who? 5th place from West Swim Club, Nathaniel Harris. 4th place from Elmhurst, Nicholas Kamenika. 3rd place with a time of 1:16.52 from Mundaline Mustangs, Ernest Rabinovich. 2nd place with a time of 1:14.70 from Homewood Flossmoor, Mitchell Niemek. Or Niemek. 1st place with a winning time of 1:14.12 from Patriot Aquatic Club, Mr. Colin Zhang. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for event number 20, the boys 11-12 100 breaststroke. Excellent work, guys. Highly entertaining, awesome racing. Coming up next is going to be event number 21, the girls 13-14 200-meter breaststroke.
Back here at the 2018 Illinois age group swim meet, the girls 13 and 14 age group 200-meter breaststroke. The B final here in lane 1 we'll have Kristen Orlick out of Delta Aquatics. In lane 2, also from Delta Aquatics, we have Kennedy Grosklis. In lane 3, we'll have Megan Mansfield from Swift Aquatics. In lane 4, we'll have Stephanie Voigt from Lincoln Way. In lane 5, we'll have Maggie Papanicholas. She's out of Alligator Aquatics. Sarah Jass will be in lane 6 from St. Charles. A pair of Swift Aquatics teammates in lane 7 and 8. Madeline Zer is in lane 7, and Veronica Peachnik is in lane 8. Natalia Plewa will be in lane 9 from Glenbrook Aquatics, and in lane 10 we have Naomi Ruff from St. Charles Swim Team.
Well, if we take a close look at the ages in the B and A final, we see a lot of up-and-comers, a lot of young ladies that are just changing age groups. Moving up in a closed age group of 13-14, the goal is to quickly get into finals and get experience in finals. And we're seeing quite a few 13-year-olds making those breakthroughs in both the top 16 and the top 20 and the top 10. So we are swimming in a 10-lane pool here at the Recplex, which gives 20 athletes the opportunity to come back for finals.
Once again, that is the 200-meter breaststroke, girls 13 and 14 age group, as the young ladies get into the blocks. Fastest preliminary time belongs to Maggie Papanicholas from Alligator Aquatics.
That quad A time standard 2:46.09, and if it's even possible in this B final for some of these ladies to make those type of breakthroughs. And I've seen it happen at the national championships. Athletes in the B finals making national teams out of the B finals. It's about the time that counts sometimes. Now, this is a closed session, which means that if you get top 10, you're the only 10 that can get awards, get the medals on the podium. These young ladies still, their time does count for future qualifying for meets in the next progressions of USA Swimming.
Approaching that first 50-meter split, early leaders are lanes 4, 5, and 6. That is Stephanie Voigt, Maggie Papanicholas, and Sarah Jass, lanes 4, 5, and 6 respectively. But let's look at outside smoke, lane 10, Naomi Ruff, having a strong breaststroke so far.
200-meter breaststroke, long course meters, is much different than 200 yards. In 200 yards, the large percentage of the race is underwater through the pullouts off multiple turns. These young ladies only have the start and 3 turns here, so their strength has to lie within their aerobic conditioning and their stroke mechanics and race strategy.
Maggie Papanicholas in lane 5 with a slight lead over Sarah Jass in lane 6 as they swim the last 15 meters here. Papanicholas and Sarah Jass, lanes 5 and 6. It looks like Maggie Papanicholas will touch first. What will her time be? 1:20.20 for Maggie Papanicholas.
And plenty fast enough. Again, it's about the back half of these races. Let's see who the back half swimmers are. Keep an eye over there on lane number 4. That's Stephanie Vogt. Keep an eye on her on the back half as well. So when you look at this race, a lot of people will say, well, breaststroke is the only race where our arms do not recover out of the water. Well, that it means it's easier. No, it's not, because this is the race where they are encountering the most resistance either through their stroke or their underwater work, and they're actually working harder.
Papanicholas in lane 5, Jass in lane 6 are your leaders approaching that 150-meter wall. Let's check on those split times. 44.21 for Sarah Jass, 44.58 for Maggie Papanicholas. They are pretty much in a dead heat for first place right now, Tony.
A lot of 44s on that particular 50 split. 44.49 for Mansfield. She's coming on strong as well.
In lane 8, having a strong swim, that is Veronica Peachnik from Swift Aquatics. But let's also look at lane 3. That is Megan Mansfield, also from Swift Aquatics. They're trying to close in on those leaders, lanes 5 and 6.
Now you watch your leader right now. That's over there in lane number 6. That is Jazz. Watch how she shoots those hands forward, trying to increase that body throw forward. So you'll see that little bit of a splash because she's really shooting forward quickly.
That she is. Sarah Jass will finish first with a 2:48.74 time. Papa Nicholas will be in second place.
Now down to the voice of the pool deck and introduction of our A final.
Psyched up. That song gets you rocking and rolling. Heat 2A final. Lane 1. Lane 1 is Katie Markarska. Sorry about that. Lane 2, Kate Hanley. Lane 3, Kendall Pickering. Lane 4, Angelina Messina. Lane 5, Kaylin Gridley. Lane 6, Nina Mullen. Lane 7, Katie O'Connell. Lane 8, Caroline Kramer. Lane 9, Ashley Sego. Lane 10, Camilla Nowak.
All right, our championship heat of the girls 13-14 200-meter breaststroke. That meet and association record is 2:31.52. What makes this such a tough LSE to break some of these records is that's an Olympic trial qualifying time in 2016. Kaylin Gridley, your top qualifier, broke the junior national time standard cut barrier by over a second and a half. Now, where does she get that type of drive? She's already placed herself at the national meets prior to even coming back to age group state.
That's amazing.
So she at the Winter Nationals, it was her introduction to swimming at the elite level, going on the pool deck with some of the nation's fastest swimmers, the world's fastest swimmers. Find out what that environment was like. Become comfortable in being uncomfortable. So when she's out in this race, she is focused on herself and she is focused on that clock, and you saw that this morning. Her time this morning, 2:36.76. Now, again, don't put it past her to go chasing down at a 2:31 because it is an association record. She has that kind of potential. But keep an eye over here on Nina Mullen as well, 2:40.72. Nina's having a great meet as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, was she in the...
She was in earlier heats, yes.
Yep, okay.
Now here's something that we see happen occasionally. A young lady behind the block, her goggles broke. And the officials were kind enough to give her the opportunity to tie them, get them back on her head so the young lady doesn't have to swim without goggles in this heat. The other 10 or 9 athletes across the pool have been there. They get it. The old analogy is take 2 sets of goggles up to the block with you just in case that happens.
Well, thankfully for that young swimmer, again, the judges allowed her to fix her goggles as the young ladies look to get back in the blocks now. Again, this is the 13-14 age group, 200-meter breaststroke. This is the A final. In the water they go. Great underwater work by all of these young ladies.
Particularly in lane number 3 over here. That was Kendall Pickering. We just saw her earlier in the backstroke. Seeing her well-roundedness, right?
Yes, in lane 5 as well. The aforementioned Kaylin Gridley.
Well, watch Gridley just get the drive out of the kick. As she gets that body line in position, she's finishing that kick all the way through and driving that body forward. It isn't just a power move for her, it's a finesse stroke for her.
Approaching that first 50 split for Kaylin Gridley, 34.59 is her time.
Out 0.8 of a second faster. We'll kind of follow her through the swim and see if she is on record pace. And again, this type of a swim is a national level swim, and we're not going to give it notice because it didn't break a record, but it may be one of the nation's fastest swims for a 14-year-old.
Well, Kaylin Gridley is definitely swimming like she wants to break a record now. She's already got over a body length lead, approaching a 2-length body lead. Kaylin Gridley looking strong, looking free, and seemingly not exerting much energy, less resistance from the top of that water, Tony.
39.16 was her split on the way out in the prelims, right on it, 39.20. I think the strong point here is she's got to try to keep under 40 seconds on her third and her fourth 50s here. Here comes Nina Mullen.
She is in lane 6, in second place right now. Her split was 40.73. But again, so far this race is all about Kaylin Gridley. She has got that full two body length lead now over her nearest competitors.
This may be a tune-up swim for her going in another week or so off to the junior national meet out in Irvine, California. The senior nationals, the national championships ongoing this week, followed by the junior nationals. See what she splits here. 40.02. She is 0.3 of a second faster on that 50 than she was in the morning swim. Let's see if she can go under that 2:35 barrier.
Hopefully Kaylin Gridley can get under that barrier again as she definitely starts to widen that lead. It will be a battle for second place as Kaylin Gridley swims her last 25 meters. Above her in lane 6, that is Nina Mullen out of Academy Bullets. She has got a hold on second place, but in lanes 3, 4, and 7, we have a battle for third. In lane 3, that is Kendall Pickering.
2:36.76 was her time from the morning. Let's see if she can knock that out of the park. She does.
She definitely does. 2:34.21 is the time for Kaylin Gridley. Nina Mullen will touch second. Her time will be 2:41.32.
And some of these times that these young ladies are achieving are going to set them up to be competitive at a national level.
Moving on to the boys, 200-meter breaststroke, 13-14 age group. In the B final, we'll have Evan Bestor in lane 1 from Palatine. Olexa Zobkiv will be in lane 2 out of Scout. Jaden Gamilla will be in lane 3 out of Maverick Swim Club. Michael Romero will occupy lane 4 out of Cats Aquatic. From Hickory Willow, we'll have Bray Sanchez, who'll be in lane 5. Ricardo Ricciardi will be in lane 6 out of New Trier. Also from New Trier in lane 7, William Newlands. Dalton Glenn will be in lane 8. He's from Champaign County. Out of New Trier in lane 9, we have Grant Keppen. And Braxton Bokos from Ultimate Swimming will be in lane 10.
Pretty rounded group, well-rounded group of breaststrokers we have here. Many of them already entered the AAA time standard, shooting for that 2:34 quad A time. Now, those are called motivational time standards. Why do we reference all the time? USA Swimming sets a time standards for a quad, a 4-year period of time, based off the previous quad's averages, and those times become motivational times. They are set in multiple disciplines. They're set by age groups, by 13, 14. They're set by single age as well. They are to be used by coaches and athletes to get them to have stepping stones to try to achieve along the way.
Young men are in the blocks now. And in the water they go. Again, great underwater work those first 15 meters.
Wow, nice pull out here in lane number 4.
Absolutely. Lane 4, that is Michael Romero from Cats Aquatic.
And he is controlled on the way out.
In lane 6, Ricardo Ricciardi right there with him in lane 6, also off to a good start.
So sometimes you look at an athlete and you can tell, are they going out too hard or too fast? There's a difference between the two. Natural, easy speed, you looking effortless, as you mentioned earlier. Somebody looked effortless as they were going fast and not look going out too hard. A coach will say, you didn't go out too fast, you went out too hard. Used up all of your energy on the first 75.
Ricardo Ricciardi first to touch from that first 50-meter split, 34.49 is his time.
And here we go. Let's watch as they build into their tempo into the 100 wall, which is at the lake end of the pool. Let's keep an eye on those outside lanes over there in lane number 9.
Yep, that is Grant Keppen out of New Trier Aquatics.
And 8.
And 8 right below him. That will be Dalton Glenn from Champaign County.
Watch these young athletes as they come off the wall. The turn is a two-handed touch. They bring their knees up underneath them. They do a half turn, get their hand back behind their ear, and get an explosive push off into that explosive power move. Let's see who wins the pullouts.
Ricardo Ricciardi, 39.93.
Over here in lane 2.
That with some great swimming. That is Olexa Zobkiv, 39.71 on his split. He has made up a lot of time.
And he made it up off the pullouts. His racing skills are adding to where he is in this heat.
In lane 4, Michael Romero right there with the leaders.
not giving up the ship just yet. He says, I'm going to go wire to wire in this heat, it looks like, is lane number 6.
Yep, lane number 6, that is Ricardo Ricciardi. William Newlands is in lane 7. Right above him, Dalton Glenn in lane 8, having a strong 200-meter breaststroke. Great turn for these young men.
Zobkiv
Yep.
with a great pull-out, and he all of a sudden takes a little bit of peripheral look off to the side. Where's my competition there?
A lane 2, Oleksiy Zobkiv. Lane 6, that is Ricardo Ricciardi. As Zobkiv, I believe, has just taken over the lead with about 20 meters left.
Really keeping that wide pull out front. You can see that little finger. He's wide sweep out front, getting that full pull.
Oleksiy Zobkiv in lane 2, Ricardo Ricciardi in lane 6. Zobkiv will touch first with a 2:36.90 time. Ricciardi will be in second.
Now down to the voice of the pool deck and introduction of our A final.
All right, here we go. Heat 2A final. Lane 1, we have Camden Swigart. Lane 2, Casper Ligas. Lane 3, Nathaniel Tungle. Lane 4, Jake Regenwetter. Lane 5, Andrew Lubashenko. Lane 6, Derek Song. Lane 7, Tyler Spillane. Lane 8, Jackson Hogue. Lane 9, Mr. Charles Hammond. And in 10, we have Daniel Galinsky. Good luck, guys. Have a great.
All right, beat an association record 2:21.90 set by Matt Elliott back in 2007, one of the nation's most accomplished breaststrokers, swam in college and NCAA finalists. So these young men are chasing some tough records here, but 1/100th of a second separated our top 2 qualifiers.
That is Andrew Lubashenko in lane 5, Derek Song in lane 6. Lubashenko out of Glenbrook Aquatics and Derek Song out of Hinsdale Swim Club.
Lane number 7 out there is Tyler Spillane from Academy. I saw him swim a very strong last 50 in prelims this morning, so watch that he'll be able to close his race well.
200-meter breaststroke championship final for the 13-14 age group of these young men is approaching that first 50-meter split. Tyler Spillane.
Watch the pullouts. And a strong pullout both from lanes number 5, 6, and 7.
Yep, Lubashenko, Song, and Spillane right there in the middle of your screen. Spillane with an early lead, about a half a body length lead. Under him, that will be Derek Song in lane 6.
Watch our 2 leaders here in lanes number 6 and 7. What you're seeing here is just a nice hesitation motion out front, letting the body get in alignment before they press through with the kick and then start the next stroke. Very patient right now.
Halfway through, first 100 meters. Tyler Spillane, 38.68, 112.38 on his timeout.
All right, those 38.6s for Song and Spillane are the fastest 2 splits in the pool right now.
Of course, we cannot forget about Andrew Lubashenko in lane 5.
He's making a move,
is where he starts to make that move and assert himself in this race, Tony. But let's also keep an eye on lane 1. That'll be at the bottom of your screen. That is Camden Swigart out of Bloomington Normal. He's having a great race so far, Tony.
Right now, you called it right in the back half here. It's about the back half. Tempos are starting to increase. You see the gentlemen starting to throw their hands forward. They'll dive into this turn to give themselves momentum. That turn by Lubashenko.
Great
How
turn.
quick was that?
And great split by Lubashenko, 39.42. He has got a slight lead, but this race is not over with by any chance. Right above him in lane 6 is Derek Song. Right above Derek Song in lane 7 is Tyler Spillane. But
Lubashenko with an athletic move off the wall. And when I say that, it's how quickly he got his knees underneath him and the explosive power off. that's where you see that momentum that's given them this strong last 50.
15 meters left for Andrew Lubashenko. He will definitely touch that wall first in his championship meet. What will his time be?
Oh.
Let's check it out. 2:31.62 for Andrew
Beautiful
Lubashenko.
swim. Beautiful swim.
Moving right along.
Now we are going to go into a time final event right now. The time final event, we're probably going to have an introduction from the pool deck for the top 10 qualifiers for the 11-12 400 freestyle. Voice of the pool deck.
This is the girls 11-12 400 free.
Are you ready?
Here it is, A final, lane 1, Hannah Johnson. Lane 2, Brooke Manecki. Lane 3, Rachel Kravtsov. Lane 4, Renee Tan. Lane 5, Gabriella Valise. Lane 6, Gianna Capello. Lane 7, Lauren O'Connor. Lane 8, Isabella Palmerio. Lane 9, we have Jenna Hendrickson. At lane 10, we have Miss Avery Watson.
All right, let's talk about a meet record. Meet records and association records should be fast. Well, 4:23.58 set by Becca Mann, a national team member, USA Swimming national team member in 2010, is one of those records that's going to be tough to break. You've got to see a breakthrough swim for some of these ladies to start flirting with the 4:30 barrier, to be able to have shots at that 4:23. And this is the 11, 12-year-old age group, and there's a ton of potential in this field. The fastest qualifier, seed time. This is a time final event. So when we look at this event in particular, this is a time final event. So swimmers that competed earlier in the competition, Burlington Boscos, for an example, 4:56.24, and Enra Linson from St. Charles, both under 5 minutes. And those athletes have the opportunity to break into the top 10 and get a medal opportunity on the podium. This looks like a very strategic field right now. The 400 freestyle is a controlled middle distance race. It is not a distance race. These athletes have to have some strength and endurance here too. If they wait too long, they're going to get blown by on the second half. The strong back half swimmers. Let's compare the 200 splits in this 400 free.
As they approach that first 100 meters in lane 4, that is Renee Tan, 35.08 on her split. Right above her in lane 5, Gabriella Valise, 35.07.
And those two teammates. And right now, the key here is to build that effort. And when I say build that effort, it's to be able to take that first 100 and be able to feel the stroke, be able to build your legs in. Don't use the legs up too early, because you'll watch these young ladies at the 200 mark start increasing their tempo, increasing their leg drive. You got to keep in mind that this is a race you want to keep your 200s within 5 seconds of each other or even less.
35.79 for Renee Tan in lane 4. 142.23 through her first 150 meters. But right above her with a great turn, that is lane 5, Gabriella Valise.
Keep an eye on another teammate down here in lane number 2 starting to come on strong. That's Brooke Manecki from CWAC. CWAC girls looking very strong in this 11-12 400 freestyle.
Yes, they are controlled, like you said, Tony. Approaching another split, the 200 meters here.
All right, 2 18s.
2:18.21 for Renee Tan, 2:18.95 for Gabriella Valise.
All right, these young ladies have to hold when they go into this third 100 here. You look at Brooke Manicky in particular down here in lane 2, starting to increase her tempo. She has more of a 2-beat crossover type kick, more a distance swimmer type kick. You look at some of the other ladies making moves out there in lane number 8. That is Palmero from Wild.
Brooke Manicky, again, with that fastest last split time, she is definitely making up some ground as they approach the 250 mark here. Renee Tan still with that slight lead, 35.54 on that last split, 253.75.
Well, look at Valise's legs as she starts to build it into her stroke. It almost smoothed out her stroke. She looked at when she was going out, she had a little bit of a quick tempo, but now she started adding in her legs. It's actually taking her whole hips and taking everything into alignment. She's getting more power now than she did the front part of the race.
Renee Tan with about a half a body length lead, approaching that 300-meter mark. Let's check out her split times as she dives under. Feet touching that wall. 3:29.81 for Renee Tan, 36.06. Very consistent, right around 35, 36 seconds with her splits.
Yeah, but the fastest swimmer in the pool comes out of lane number 5. That is a 35.57. Her teammate on her left-hand side over there in lane number 5.
Gabriella Valise. But again, we have to keep an eye on lane 2. That is Brooke Manicky, also from the Wolfpack. She is definitely within striking distance as they approach that last turn.
Palmero having a good, strong swim, as well as lane 6 is Gianna Capello from West.
35.50 in that last split for Gabriella Valise.
You can almost picture this in practice. These are two training partners. You can almost picture them going head-to-head in practice all the time, making each other better and stronger.
Last 25 meters, Gabriella Valise has taken over that lead, and she is slightly increasing it. Gabriella Valise in lane 5. Right below her is Renee Tan in lane 4. Gabriella Valise is taking over the last 5 meters for her as she lunges for that wall. No breath taken. Gabriella Valise. 4:39.68 is your winner, with Renee Tan coming in second.
Hey, a nice third swim for Gianna Capello from West, who pulls out a third-place swim there as well. And I'm glad you noticed that. That's a great best practice, a great racing skill for your leader, Valise, who did not breathe from the flags and then increased her tempo, went to the pad hard. Here's your A final.
.400-meter free. In lane 1, we have Peter Nolan. Lane 2, Kevin Obachi. Lane 3, Chris Suk. Lane 4, Matthew Johnson. Lane 5, Mr. Jaden Heinlein. Lane 6, Aaron Grurovic. Lane 7, David Bassa. Lane 8, Nicholas Myers. Lane 9, Jeffrey Howe. And lane 10, Philip Popko. Good luck, guys. Have a great race.
11-12 boys, top 10 seeded athletes, not an A final. This is a time final event. These athletes are actually racing against everybody who swam in the earlier heats as well. That is Kevin Algrim, St. Charles swim team, with a 4:48 this morning. So was Theodore Nikovic from Academy with a 4:48.89. Those swims have the opportunity, just by looking on paper, have the opportunity to break in the top 10 and get a spot on the podium.
Great work out of the blocks from Jaden Heinlein out of Patriot Aquatic. He is having a strong first 50 meters as they approach that turn. Let's see what his split time will be. 29.54 for Jaden Heinlein.
And our record, LSC and meet record, 4:25.88, set back in 2013. And that time was 4:25.88. Let's see how many of these young men can get close to that 4:30 barrier.
Let's keep an eye on lane 3. That is Chris Sauk out of St. Charles.
And he's looking smooth.
Yes, he is. Smooth and free and drastically cutting into that early lead of Jaden Heinlein as they make another turn here. First 100 meters, 102.65 is the time for Jaden Heinlein.
We saw our winner in the girls 11-12 400 free split a 2:18 on the way out and a 2:20 on the way back, keeping it almost within 2 seconds difference. Let's see how these young men bring back the back half of their 400 freestyle. Taking 200 and 200, the coaches will tell them at the 200 mark, try to beat your first 200. They'll do sets in practice where they will stop, take 5 seconds rest, beat the time you just saw on the pace clock.
150-meter split for Jaden Heinlein, 34.17 for him. So far, very consistent, right at 33 and a half, 34 seconds for him.
All right, remember the two halves to this race.
Absolutely.
Chris Salk just looking smooth and controlled right now.
Yep, about a body length behind Jaden Heinlein at this point. But again, he's looking smooth. I think he's going to make his move as we approach this back half.
All right, let's take a look at the 200s here. A nice battle for third going on in lanes number 4 and 6.
Matthew Johnson in lane 4. Aaron Grigorovic in lane 6.
All right, Heinlein with a 2:11 on the way out. Sauk is a 2:13. And Heinlein is still the fastest swimmer in the pool with a 34.70 split.
Slightly increased his lead, did Jaden Heinlein.
Jaden is just, he's strong. Physically strong. He's upper body driven. You know, he's not there's different types of freestyle. There's shoulder, body, core, all working together to be able to create that stroke that he has.
Jordan Sauk, though, has definitely cut into that lead as we approach another turn here. Heinlein is first, but Sauk is fast approaching.
Sauk really attacked that well. Good call on that because that's a 34.05, 0.6 of a second difference from his previous 50.
But Jaden Heinlein seems to be doing his best work off of those turns, Tony. When he comes out of the water, he's definitely seemed to increase his lead.
Well, and that's, again, a trait of a national level type swimmer. Those are skills that you don't want to reteach when you get to the senior level. That's a foundational product of age group swimming, is to be able to teach those great turns. And he is, I think, has answered that third 50.
I believe he has. 34.63, 320.91 for Jaden Heinlein.
All right.
35.32 for Chris Sauk.
Well, you notice what I'm seeing both of them is when they're breathing to their competition's side is when you see their fastest 50s. When they're breathing away, Chris, for an example, when he's breathing looking at his competition, his splits are faster. So, you know, the coaches on the sideline sometimes do make a difference in keeping the athlete engaged in the race.
We have a battle for third in lane 4. That is Matthew Johnson. Lane 6, Aaron Grigorovic leads Johnson slightly. In that battle for third, Jaden Heinlein continuing to do amazing work, though.
Yes,
34.32 on that last split, Tony.
All right, so let's say he was at 2:11 on the way out. Let's see how close he gets to that second 200. And again, consistency, 34, 34, 34. Sauk having a great swim as well.
He is having a great swim. It looks like Chris Sauk will be firmly in second place at this point. Jaden Heinlein has taken a firm hold of this race. He's got a body length and a half lead. Reaching for that wall. 4:28.14 for Jaden Heinlein.
Closing speed for both those two gentlemen. Just off that association record of 4:25.88. He's almost there. All right, we're getting ready for our next awards break before we finish the evening off with the boys 13-14 800 freestyle relay top seeded heat, which should be pretty exciting. So before we go there, we'll recap scores a little bit before the awards.
In the lead, the Chicago Wolfpack, 730 points. Academy Bullets will be in second at this point, 423.5 points. St. Charles is in third, 388.5 points. Not too far behind them in fourth is Fox Valley with 337.5 points. Glenview Titan is in fifth place at this point, 279.5 points. NASA Wildcat Aquatics is in sixth, 274 points. Patriot is in seventh, 259.5 points. West Swim Club is in 8th with 249 points. Hornet Age Group will be in 9th with 181 points. And rounding out the top 10 is the Maverick Swim Club with 172 points.
In 10th place, from Coho, Katie Makarska. 9th place, from Titans, Camilla Nowak. 8th place, from Academy Bullets, Ashley Seago. 7th place, from Hinsdale, Caroline Kramer. 6th place, from NASA, Kate Hadley. 5th place from Academy Bullets, Katie O'Connell. 4th place from West Swim Club, Kendall Pickering. 3rd place with a time of 2:45.59 from St. Charles, Angelina Messina. 2nd place with a time of 2:41.32 from Academy Bullets, Nina Mullen. And in 1st place with a winning time of 2:34.21 from New Trier, Kaylin Gridley. Nice work, ladies. Excellent job. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for event number 21's the girls 13-14 200-meter breaststroke, your top 10 finishers. Nice work, ladies. Coming up next is going to be event number 22, the boys 200-meter breaststroke. You've been a player all day. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. For the boys, 13-14 200 breaststroke. In 10th place from Mundelein, we had Charles Hammond. 9th place from Delta, Nathaniel Tungle. 8th place from Titans, Jackson Hogue. 7th place from CPD, Daniel Galinsky. 6th place from Hickory Willow, Casper Ligas. 5th place from Bloomington Normal, Camden Swigart. 4th place from Hinsdale, Derek Song. 3rd place with a time of 2:34.81 from Academy Bullets, Mr. Tyler Spillane. 2nd place with a time of 2:34.54 from Champaign, Jake Regenwetter. And in 1st place with a time of 2:31.62 from Glenbrook Aquatics, Andrew Libashenko. Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice warm round of applause for your boys. Top 10, 200 breaststroke on the podium. Nice job, gentlemen. Make sure you wave into your family and friends up in the stands. Take a bow and come on down. Nice job, gentlemen. Got the paparazzi. What up? Moving along to event number 23. Here we go. For the girls, 11, 12, 400 free. Top 10. From St. Charles, we have Enya Linson. From Ultimate Swimming, we have Burlington Bocos in 9th. 8th place from Glenbrook, we had Rachel Kravstov. 7th place from Wheaton, we had Jenna Hendrickson. 6th place from Academy Bullets, Lauren O'Connor. 5th place from Nessa Wildcats, Isabella Palmerio. 4th place from West Swim Club, Gianna Capello. 3rd place with a time of 4:43.77 from Wolfpack, Brooke Manecki. 2nd place with a time of 4:41.61 from Wolfpack, Renee Tan. And Wolfpack teammates rounding out the top 3 with a winning time of 4:39.68, Miss Gabriella Valiz. Excellent racing, ladies. Excellent racing. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice warm round of applause for your girls. 11, 12, 400 free. Up next, the boys for free. Bukasha. All right, here it goes. For the boys, 11, 12, 400 free, top 10. In 10th place, we have Peter Nolan from Wolfpack. 9th place, from St. Charles, Kyle Algrim. 8th place, from Highland, Kevin Obachi. 7th place, from West Swim Club, Nicholas Myers. 6th place from Ultimate, Jeffrey Howell. 5th place from Barrington, David Bassa. 4th place from Lincoln Way, Matthew Johnson. 3rd place with a time of 4:39.36 from Chicago Wolfpack, Mr. Aaron Gergerovic. 2nd place with a time of 4:31.96 from St. Charles, Mr. Chris Sook. And in 1st place with a winning time of 4:28.14 from Patriot Aquatic Club, Mr. Jaden Highline. Gentlemen, fantastic work. Great race. And make sure you're waving to your family and your friends. Great job. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is the last event of the evening for day number 1. It's going to be event number 26. This is the boys 13-14 800 free relay.
Thirteen, 14 boys, 800-meter freestyle relay. In lane 1, we'll have the Barrington relay team.
The A relay.
These are all the A teams from Delta Aquatic A. They'll be in lane 2. Nutria Aquatic A relay will be in lane 3. NASA Wildcat A relay team will be in lane 4. Swift Aquatics A relay team will be in lane 5. St. Charles A relay team will be in lane 6. Academy Bullets A will occupy lane 7. Chicago Wolfpack A relay team will be in lane 8. Glenbrook Aquatics A relay will be in lane 9. And Cats Aquatic Relay A will be in 10.
All right, it is 4 legs of 200-meter freestyles, all independent of each other, but the momentum can come with easy speed off the start, off the relay exchanges, and in particular being within themselves and not over swimming that first 100. It is a time final event, so you're seeing the top 10 seeds. GTAC had 8:43.92 swimming an earlier heat this morning, and that is the fastest time going into finals. And that time of 8:43 will probably place them at this point in time somewhere in the top 2 or 3. So let's keep an eye on that time from GTAC, who swam earlier.
In lane 1 from Barrington, that is Griffin O'Leary starting things off for that relay team, giving Barrington an early lead. In the second leg of that relay will be Dylan Guo.
No, just go the first legs. Griffin O'Leary in his first one.
Yep, Nathaniel Tungle will be in lane 2. Joseph Dienstag is in lane 3 for New Trier. Lachlan Andrew is in lane 4 for NASA. Sifax Rab is in lane 5 for Swift Aquatics. St. Charles, starting off that leg for them, is Jack Redden. Ernest Bertachowski is in lane 7, that first leg for Academy Bullets. Darren Rogers is in lane 8 for the Wolfpack. Maxine Reebchuk is in lane 9 for Glenbrook. And Lawrence Wang is in lane 10 for Cats Aquatic as they finish up.
So it looks like Barrington Swim Club out here put Griffin O'Leary on the leadoff leg, so they're going for an early lead, and they're going to say, come get us.
And they have it. On that second leg for Barrington will be Dylan Guo in lane 1. Mason Hodge will be in lane 2 for Delta Aquatics. William Newlands will be in lane 3 for New Trier. Andrew Kelly will be in lane 4 for NASA Wildcat. Luca Simic will be in lane 5 for Swift. Brandon Cowie will be in lane 6 for St. Charles. Brian Mendoza is in lane 7 for Academy. Homero Olivares is in lane 8 for the Wolfpack. Andrew Lubashenko is on that second leg for Glenbrook. And Jonathan Farber is in lane 10 for Cats Aquatic.
So one of the things to watch as these athletes go through this, come on in their last 50, that closing speed. What you saw here in that first leg was they were diving into wash. In other words, the teams that were ahead of them, they dove in and made a lot of waves. So these athletes that are swimming in second, third, fourth, fifth place, whatever, were swimming through the wash. So that last 5 meters became a kind of a roller coaster, like swimming through waves up and down to get to the wall. So there are advantages in being out front.
In lane 7, that is Academy Bullets A having a strong second leg. Let's see who will touch that wall on this next split. It is Academy Bullets A in lane 7, 3:04.45 with that split.
All right, coming up strong in the middle of the pool. We have some great head-to-head racing going on. That's an advantage in a relay in lanes 1 and 2. That's Barrington Swim Club and Delta. But coming up strong in the middle of the pool, quietly moving forward, is Swift Aquatics.
Dylan Guo on that second leg in lane 1 for Barrington. Mason Hodge for Delta Aquatics in lane 2. As we approach another split.
And Delta swimmer in lane number 2 starting to build into that 150. Starting to make a move here for Delta.
Delta definitely making a move here as we get ready for another leg, but it is still Academy Bullets A that has that lead.
Watch this closing speed by lane number 5, the Swift Aquatics leg.
As we approach that third leg of this 800-meter freestyle relay,
and watch these exchanges. Watch how they have, some of these guys are going to have to swim through a wash that are in the 3rd, 4th, 5th spots. Go ahead.
Eric Pan is in lane 1 for Barrington. Ben Martin will be in lane 2 for Delta. Alexander Michael will be in lane 3 for New Trier. Edward Obara will be in lane 4 for NASA Wildcat. James Dukes will be in lane 5 for Swift Aquatics. Alexei Filipovic will occupy lane 6 for St. Charles. Jay Jenkins is in lane 7 for Academy Bullets. Halstead Barton is in lane 8 for Chicago Wolfpack. Joseph Hyun is in lane 9 for Glenbrook Aquatics, and Hunter Jackson is in lane 10 for Cats Aquatic.
Academy's still looking really strong at this point. Coming up in the middle of the pool, quietly making a move is Swift Aquatics. Over here in lane 2, still fighting it out as Delta A. Those are your top 3 teams. We got some great racing going on for second place. 4 to 5 teams all in line right now. It looks like in the middle of the pool making a move in lane 6. That happens to be St. Charles.
But in lane 5, Swift Aquatics is making a big move on this third leg. They have definitely cut into that lead for Academy Bullets A. So has Delta Aquatics in lane 2, Tony.
Well, the coaches will tell you only make half of the distance up between you and the leaders on the first 100. Make the other half up on the second. Don't fry and die. Don't try to catch them all in the first 50. But we have got a race developing here going into our fourth leg.
We have definitely got a race in lane 5. That is Swift Aquatics cutting into that lead of Academy Bullets A. But again, let us not forget about Delta Aquatics in lane 2.
Well, the meet and association record of both 8:12.20 set last summer here. We had a pretty exciting meet last summer, and it seems to be carrying over in 2018.
St. Charles with a great split there in lane 6.
They're not out of it yet.
No, they are not. Swift Aquatics is cut into that lead of Academy Bullets A as they swim those last 25 meters of this third leg. On that anchor leg, it will be Kyle Sherman in lane 1 for Barrington Swim Club. Gregory Benson will be in lane 2 for Delta Aquatics. Ethan Chan will be in lane 3 for New Trier. Sean Sullivan will be in lane 4 for NASA Wildcat. Dimitri Zemanidis will be in lane 5 for Swift Aquatics. Kane Chris will be in lane 6 for St. Charles. Occupying lane 7 for Academy Bullets, that is Tyler Spillane. Victor Sandoval will be in lane 8 for the Wolfpack. Yuan Ko is in lane 9 for Glenbrook Aquatics. And Michael Romero is the anchor leg for Cats Aquatic in lane 10.
Man, if you're a fan of swimming, who says the 800 freestyle relay is not exciting? You watch the entire race unfold to where they're all coming together at the last 100.
28.55 on that last split for Academy Bullets A. Maintaining that lead in lane 7, but right below him, 2 lanes below him in lane 5. That is Swift Aquatics. This is going to be very exciting. They have cut into that lead, Tony. They are pretty much at a dead heat.
Don't count out St. Charles yet. They're not out of it. If he's got anything left in his tank on the back half.
Let's also keep an eye on, once again, lane 2. That is Delta Aquatics. It's going to be an exciting last 100 meters here, Tony.
And Swift with a 32.06, Delta with a 36.67, Academy 33.21, GA with a 32.75. Holy cow, here comes Swift.
That is lane 5. Swift Aquatics has taken over a slight lead. That is Dimitri Zemanidis on that anchor leg for Swift Aquatics. In lane 7, Academy Bullets will try to get back into this.
They're going to
answer. That is Tyler Spillane on that anchor leg. Approaching the last turn here. Let's check out those times. Swift Aquatics touches first with a 33.65 split.
And they are just pulling away right now. Great closing speed.
Swift Aquatics has about a half a lane body.
Lane 2. Lane 3.
Over Academy
lane 3
Bullets.
coming out of
lane
nowhere.
2, lane 3. Delta Aquatics in lane 2. New Trier in lane 3. But it is Swift Aquatics bringing it home in lane 5, increasing their lead. Swift Aquatics and Dimitri Zemanidis are going to win this 800-meter freestyle relay. Let's check out their times, Tony.
8:31.97. Great swim.
Academy Bullets A will be in second, 8:33.80. St. Charles will come in third.
We have, wow, what a way to end up the evening tonight. This is only day one. Heart rate's up.
Yes, it is.
All right, we are going to recap a couple of our top sponsors before we go into these awards for the 800 freestyle relay, and then recap the scores before we say goodnight and point you towards what's happening tomorrow.
The All-American Swim Team Store is the official supplier, sponsor of Illinois Swimming and Team Illinois. Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics. Stop by their booth to pick up your official event merchandise and see all of the different styles and prints they have to offer. Remember to ask the Oceans Apparel representative how they can help raise funds for your organization. Illinois Swimming would like to thank Wintrust and Marriott, which is an official sponsor of USA Swimming. Illinois Swimming would take this time to recognize Team Unify, Bag Tags, and Hasty Awards. Thank you to the Cats Aquatic Club for hosting the 2018 Age Group Long Course Championships. Illinois Swimming would like to thank Meet Director Sammy Joe Mailer and Entry Chair Jeff Arcey. They'd also like to thank Meet Referee Jack Yetter and Administrative Referee Tim Kroll and all our officials. Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy. Better for everybody.